12 years after the doors of the 3DS and Wii U eShop opened, they're sadly closing for good. Nintendo has announced that on March 27, 2023, it will no longer be possible to purchase games digitally from that generation of consoles. But for months now, it's been impossible to buy anything ever since they revoked the ability to directly add funds to your account, so we shouldn't care about this announcement, right? Well, turns out there's a completely valid way Nintendo has allowed for you to still add funds to your account, and it's super simple to do. So here is how you can still buy 3DS and Wii U games before they're gone forever. Plus some game recommendations in case you don't know what to get. To start, you're gonna need a Nintendo Switch. This is the key to all of this. Click on your personal user icon in the top left of the home screen, then scroll down to Friend Suggestions. You'll notice icons for the 3DS and Wii U in the top bar. Go ahead and click Next in either tab, and it will prompt you to sign into your Nintendo Network ID account. This was the 3DS/Wii U equivalent of the modern-day My Nintendo account that was used to tie purchases to your email. Once you've linked your Switch with your Nintendo Network ID account, you're almost done. Next, go into the Switch eShop and click on the Settings icon in the top right. Under the Available Funds section, you'll see a little prompt saying, Merge funds from 3DS/Wii U. Click this, and you're done. Now, whenever you add funds to your Nintendo Switch eShop, they will also be available for use in the 3DS and Wii U eShops. But which games are worth buying, and what digital games will disappear forever once the store closes on March 27th? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Here are some essential pickups now that you've snuck your way back into the 3DS and Wii U eShops. Released during the year of Luigi, remember that? This entry in the Dr. Mario franchise starred our favorite green-hatted plumber. On top of the standard pill puzzling that we all know and love, this title included the Operation L mode, which utilized L-shaped pills. As for digital-only first-party Wii U games, there aren't too many to pick from, but Dr. Luigi is a welcome surprise. And just like Mario, don't ask him where he got his doctorate. Intelligent Systems decided to go the Pokémon route and split the 14th entry into two different games, Fire Emblem Fate's Birthright and Conquest. One had Corrin choose their birth family, the Hoshido, while the other chose their adopted family, the Nor. But a third digital-only route was available in Revelation. Only purchasable after completing Chapter 6, this route had you choosing neither, opting to build your army from the shadows in order to take down the threat causing both families to fight in the first place. Arguably the best way to play this game, once the 3DS eShop closes, this essential title in the franchise will become unavailable to fans. Back before Nintendo Switch Online, we had the Virtual Console, a system where you could buy retro games on the eShop from an assortment of consoles. As of March 2023, certain consoles are not yet available to play from on the Nintendo Switch. With the Wii U, you have DS, Wii, and TurboGrafx 16 games, including The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, Metroid Prime Trilogy, Animal Crossing Wild World, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Bomberman 93. For the 3DS, you have Game Gear and DSiWare, including Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Minis March Again, Shinobi, and Dragon Quest Wars. Pushmo is a classic from this era of Nintendo. Solve puzzles by pushing and pulling the stage itself in order to save the children at the top. There were a total of 4 games in this mini-franchise, all being digital only, so if you enjoyed the first entry, we recommend trying them all out. Pushmo was a unique puzzle game, but still had many modern-day staples, including level creation, which made this an incredibly hard-to-put-down title. If you love tower defense games, Dillon's Rolling Western is just for you. Monsters are invading towns in the Old West, and it's your job as the Armadillo Dillon to prevent their efforts. This game mixed action with exploration and is an essential for 3DS owners. There were a few sequels as well, and Dillon even made an appearance in Super Smash Bros. See? Here he is, being an assist trophy. The next couple games are available physically on the Wii U and 3DS, but are gonna fetch you a pretty penny on the secondary market. So we recommend picking them up digitally. First up is a game not yet on the Switch, hint hint Nintendo, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. This is an essential play for die-hard Zelda fans. especially if you're gearing up for the release of Tears of the Kingdom. If you were able to get your hands on the Wolf Link amiibo, there's a special dungeon called the Cave of Shadows. The farther you made it in, the stronger Wolf Link gets once you scan him into Breath of the Wild. And if you didn't know this was possible, then surprise! Consistently, Pokémon games will be expensive no matter what console you're looking at. The 3DS is no exception, with Pokémon X and Y, Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, and the Sun and Moon games still fetching for just under retail price. A great alternative to scavenging the secondary market is to pick up these titles digitally, so you can experience Generation 6 and 7 without the worry of missing out on the series' first mainline 3D titles. Sorry Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, you technically don't count. Now, we're getting into big boy territory. When two of the greatest gaming detectives finally came together in Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, little did they know that it would cost over $200 for a physical copy on the secondary market. Turns out the biggest crime was these prices! This game has you solving crime puzzles like Layton and proving your defendant innocent like Wright. If you're truly itching to try out this legendary collab, our recommendation is to save a court load of money and pick it up for $30 instead on the eShop. Every Xenoblade Chronicles game is playable on the Nintendo Switch, all but one. On the short list of Wii U games that have not been ported to the Switch is one glaring outlier in Xenoblade Chronicles X. This game is completely isolated from the other entries in the franchise, although there are still familiar elements. Taking place on the uncharted planet of Mira, you are able to create your own avatar to serve as the protagonist. With the physical copy going for just over $60 today, digital might be the safer option to ensure this is in your library. If you played the re-releases of Persona 3 Portable and 4 Golden, then you're in for a treat. This handheld title followed characters from both games, dungeon crawling and fusing personas in a replica Yasogami High School. You know, a typical high school day. This game has a super cute art style, a killer soundtrack, and is only $20 on the eShop. The sequel, Q2 New Cinema Labyrinth, includes Persona 5 characters and is significantly more expensive than the first game. So pick these games up if you want before physical is the only way. Before we close out, I wanted to remind you to download updates for every 3DS game you can. Even if you don't own the title, you're still able to download update data in case you decide to buy a game physically. Each update is really small in storage size, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue. That way, you're guaranteed to play the most up-to-date version of any game. Are there any game recommendations that we missed? Sound off in the comments below and help out a fellow 3DS and Wii U owner. These two consoles' libraries are so incredibly rich with hidden gems that a lot of great games had to be left off our list. Kid Icarus Uprising is my favorite game of all time, plus DLC exists, so be sure to pick up these games before the eShop closes on March 27th. I've also made an IGN playlist with a list of every game shown off in this video, so check that out in the description below. And for everything else gaming, stick with IGN.